They told you Bruce Lee was a fighter, a movie star, a man of speed and skill. They are all wrong. That was only the surface. Because Bruce Lee was never just fighting opponents. He was fighting limits, illusions, the invisible walls that keep most people small. Walls you can't see, but you can feel. Every time you hesitate, every time you shrink yourself to fit in, every time you wait for permission. Bruce's real art was not martial arts. It was the art of mastering life itself. And in this video, you will discover the 7 principles he lived by. Principles forged in sweat, sharpened by failure, and carried like weapons into every moment. These aren't some nice quotes to know that. These are field tested, life tested, and brutally effective. If you commit to using them, they will change the way you move, the way you think, and the way you live. So, before we begin, hit subscribe and turn on the bell notification, because this is just one battle in a much bigger war for your freedom, for your inner peace, your happiness, your independence, everything that you want. It all starts here in our mind. And Bruce Lee understood that, and he worked towards it, and we're going to do the same. Now, let's begin with the first principle. You probably all heard that. Be like water, my friend. And yeah, you heard it before, you've seen it on t-shirts. You've maybe even said it yourself. But most people don't understand it. They think it just means be adaptable. And yeah, that's only part of it. But the truth is far more dangerous. Water doesn't just adapt. Water shapes the world. It canvases mountains. It sinks ships. It turns to ice and becomes unbreakable. It turns to steam and becomes untouchable. Bruce understood that life is not fixed. It's fluid, shifting, unpredictable. And if you stay rigid, you will break. But if you can become water, you can take the shape that you need, the right time, the right moment. You can flow around obstacles. And when the time is right, crash with unstoppable force. Do you want a practical drill? Here it is, the glass and the stone. Right now, think of one thing in your life that feels stuck, that feels heavy. Picture it as a stone in your hand. Now, in the other hand, picture a glass of water. Ask yourself, if I were water, how would I move around this? How could you flow instead of fighting? How could you freeze into a structure or evaporate out of reach? Put down the stone in your mind. Choose one simple action that moves you forward today. And do it. And do it before the end of this video. And at the end of this video, I will give you a bonus one. But Because the first step to mastering life is to stop waiting for the perfect plan and start moving, just like water. So, now we move to the second principle. And this one is where most people fail before they even start. Principle number 2. Simplicity is the key to brilliance. Complexity is ego's camouflage. We pile on more goals, more plans, more must-do lists. We order apps for productivity, etc., 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 but we never get to the start of it. We never get to the root of it. But we do that not because we need them, but because complexity feels like progress. Bruce knew the truth. He said, it's not the daily increase, but the daily decrease. Hack away at the unessential. Every extra task you take on, without purpose, is a weight strapped to your back. Every unnecessary detail is a slow leak in your focus. And most people are carrying so much. They can't run even when the path clears before them. So here's the challenge for you. Instead of adding more to your day, subtract, put away, do less, but do more of the important stuff. The combat oath. Right now, write down 5 things you do regularly. And write down the things that drain your energy. Like, for example, scrolling until midnight, checking notifications every 5 minutes, perfecting things that don't matter. And next to each, write its replacement. 5 minutes of stretching instead of endless scrolling. 1 block of focused messages instead of constant checking. Done and shipped instead of perfect but never finished. Sign it, date it. That's your combat oath. From this day on, you are a fighter for clarity. And clarity wins battles before they even begin. Principle number 3. Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own. Most people are collectors. They gather tips, tricks, advice. Stake it high and drown under the weight of it. Bruce was not a collector. He was a curator. He took only what worked, cut what didn't, and then he added his own signature. Here's how you do it. It is, you can call it the 70-20-10 method. 70% proven principles that work for almost everyone. Use them. 20% bold adjustments tailored to you, to your own style, to the way you do things, to the way you are. And 10% wild experiments, no matter how awkward they may feel. This is how you stop being a copy and start becoming an original. Because remember this, no one remembers the imitator, but people do remember the one who took what existed and made it theirs. Now the drill, the mastery collage. Pick three people you admire for completely different reasons. Maybe Bruce for fluidity, Leonardo da Vinci for curiosity, and maybe Serena Williams for discipline. From each, choose one skill or one habit and graft it into your 30-day focus. By the end of the month, you won't just have learned something new, you will have forged a style no one else can copy. Principle number 4, depth of practice. Bruce said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Most people are tourists in their own potential. They visit skills, take a few pictures, and move on. Masters don't visit. They stay. They live there. They occupy that thing. They, for example, a master chooses a keystone skill and they go deep. So deep. The skill becomes a part of their nervous systems. The drill. The 3D protocol. Design, drill, debrief. Design. Break the skill into 3 to 5 micro elements. Drill 2. 2 to 3 minutes on each. Timer on, no distraction. Debrief. 1 minute to ask, what worked? What will I change tomorrow? Do this daily. 15 minutes at a time, and you will outpace people who work harder but never go deep. Because depth beats volume every single time. So the next is going to be principle number 5. The one that will force you to stop hiding behind, I already know this, and make you apply what you learned before the window closes. And now, principle number 5. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Bruce didn't worship knowledge. He used it. And if it didn't move him forward, he cut it loose. This is where most people fall. They mistake knowing for doing. They collect ideas like trophies on a shelf. But those trophies gather dust while their life stays the same. Bruce lived by an unbreakable rule. Bruce Lee said, if you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you will never get it done. Ideas have a half-life. If you don't use them quickly, they rot away. The longer you wait, the heavier they become, until you can't leave them at all. Use the 72-hour rule. When an idea hits you, test it within 72 hours. Doesn't matter if it's perfect, doesn't matter if you are ready. Action before polish. Execution before applause. Because momentum is built in motion. It's not built in your head. The drill. The A-B action loop. Capture the idea. Write one concrete step you can take today. Set a micro deadline. Hours, not weeks. Create the first version, even if it is ugly. Ship it, publish, send, deliver. Debrief for 60 seconds. Keep one thing, change one thing. Run this loop daily, and you will become the kind of person who doesn't just dream. You deploy. And this is where the 7-minute morning protocol comes in. Bruce Lee's approach to starting the day was like stepping into the dojo. Simple, sharp, unavoidable. So use this 7-minute morning routine, the Bruce Lee edition. 1. Stand tall. Take 5 slow, deliberate breaths. 2 minutes. Hack away. Remove one unessential task from your day before it even begins. 3 minutes. Keystone reps. 1 minute per micro element of your chosen skill. And the last minute, plasma presence. Lock your eyes on one point, name the day and the mission out loud. 7 minutes, and you have already won the morning. And if you win enough mornings, you win the year. And if you win the year, you can win 2 years. And if you win 2 years, you can win 10 years. And if you win 10 years, you can win at this game that is called life. Principle number 6. Empty your cup. Bruce Lee famously said, "Empty your cup so that it may be filled." Ego is a hoarder. It clings to what it already knows. Because learning means admitting there's something missing. The prover in your mind wants to prove you are already smart, already capable. But Bruce Lee knew. The cup that's full can't take it anything new. So emptying your cup means letting go of your need to look ready. It means stepping into the room as a student, even when you have been there for years. Now use this drill. Write 3 sentences that start with, "My pride is stopping me from," and write it down. Example, "My pride is stopping me from asking for feedback. So I choose to ask today." And every time you do this, you create a space for new skill to pour in. And when you can empty your cup on command, you become impossible to intimidate. Because you're no longer trying to defend an image. You're building a reality. And the next one is going to be principle number 7, the one that ties all the others together and decides who you become. You become under pressure. And then at the end, a bonus one. Principle number 7. You don't rise under pressure. You fall to your level of training. Most people believe a myth that when the moment comes, they will step up, that something inside will ignite, and that they will perform at their best. And this is a beautiful lie. In reality, when the heat is on, you don't rise, you fall. You fall to the level of your training, to the habits you have built in the dark, to the moves your body knows so well. It can do them while the mind shakes. This is why Bruce trained the way he did. why he drilled the same move thousands of times, why he didn't just work on strength or speed, but he worked on identity. Because under pressure, you become who you have prepared to be. And now the drill for you. Identity rehearsal. Every morning for 20 seconds, declare your chosen identity. Say, I'm not a trier. I am a practitioner. I train my craft every day. Then, link it to a micro action. One rep, one punch, one note. That anchors the identity in your nervous system. So when the fight comes, you don't have to think. You just are. And this is the truth. If you wait for pressure to turn you into something new, it's already too late. You have to train now, so that when the storm hits, you don't cling to the shore, you become the storm. And now, the bonus principle. Live as if you have already won. This is the principle that can rewrite your entire life. Most people live like they are still trying to get there. Like they are chasing the win, chasing the day. They will finally be good enough. Every action becomes a test. Every result, a verdict. But here's the shift. Winners don't wait for the finish line to act like they have arrived. They start from arrival. They start from arrival. So Bruce didn't train to one day be a master. He moved, fought, and lived as if mastery was already his. And because he believed in it first, his actions aligned and reality caught up. The drill. The arrival frame. So, take 5 minutes and write your ultimate end and state it in one sentence. Example, I am a calm, dangerous, unstoppable force in my craft. Every morning, read it aloud. And then spend the first 10 minutes of your day acting from it. Like you already are that thing. Not towards it, you go from it. And this action rewires your mind to stop chasing proof. And you start building from power. And when you live as if you have already won, you don't seek permission. You don't hesitate to move. You don't waste years in the waiting room of your own life. Because here is the secret. The game changes. The second you stop playing to prove yourself and start playing to express yourself. Now, you have all the 7 principles plus the 8, the most powerful one. 7 forged in Bruce's discipline, and one that changes the rules entirely. You can watch them, nod, and walk away the same. Or you can run these drills daily, and you can become the version of yourself that pressure cannot break. And if you're ready for that, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that I will make more videos for you. and write in the comments. Day 1, I have already won. Why? Because this is how it all starts at the beginning. So you start from the end. And if you feel inspired, we can work one-on-one. We have a great book for you. And so, see you in the next one.